Hello students, welcome to the class of teacher Meenal Pereira. Today we are beginning with lesson number 16, that is reflection of light. And the things we are going to study in this lesson are, we will be studying about reflection of light, what is definition and some terms related to reflection. We will be studying about laws of reflection. Also, what is regular reflection and irregular reflection of light, and two instruments, that is kaleidoscope and periscope. So let's begin. Let's first see what is a reflection of light. Now, when a light ray falls on an object, their direction changes and they turn back. This is called a reflection of light. Now let's see what it is. Okay, so this is my ray of light which is falling on this object. This is an object. This line indicates the object. So this is my ray of light falling on this object. Now see, this ray of light is coming from this direction and falling on object, what is happening? It is changing its direction, that is from this direction to this direction, and turning back. Okay, so ray of light coming from this direction, falling on the object, changing the direction and turning back. Okay, so this is called reflection. So ray of light coming, then falling, changing the direction and coming back. This is called reflection. Now, to study the reflection better, let's study an activity. What is the material taken here is, we have taken a torch, a mirror, a stand for hanging the mirror, black paper, we have taken black paper, okay, then a white paper, this is the white paper that is there, then this is the comb and a drawing board, this bigger one is a drawing board. Okay, so here black paper is taken basically to cover the comb, but you can do this activity without taking black paper also. Okay, now let's see what is the procedure. Now first, fit a white paper tightly over a table or a drawing board. Okay, this is the white paper that is fitted on a drawing board. Hold the comb perpendicular to the white paper. This is the comb that I have taken. I have hold it perpendicular. Perpendicular means 90 degrees, that is upright. And throw torch light on its central position. Okay, so this is a torch light and the torch light is spent from the central position. Adjust the comb and torch so as to get the light rays on the white paper. Okay, so now here this is it is adjusted in such a way that we get the rays of light on the white paper. Okay, now keep the mirror in the path of this ray of light. Afterwards, this mirror is kept on the path of this ray of light. And what do we observe? What do you observe in the mirror, children? See, here you can see the image of the comb. Okay, so when you are passing the ray of the light from this, you can see the image of the comb. Okay, so light rays fall on the mirror, gets reflected and travels in a different direction. Okay, so then it is very difficult to see in this. Okay, but here we can assume that as the light rays are falling on the mirror, they are traveling in different direction. Now, after that, we'll study about some concepts related to reflection of light. Okay, when a ray of light falling on any surface is called an incident ray. So here the ray of light that is falling on the surface is called incident ray. So this is my incident ray. The point at which the ray of light falls is called point of incidence. So this point where the ray of light is falling, okay, this is called point of incidence. And the ray going away from the surface after reflection is called reflected ray. Okay, so this is the ray that is shown in red color, which is going away. Okay, that is moving away, that is called as a reflected ray. Okay, then the direction of reflected ray is decided by some rules which are called laws of reflection. So in which direction the reflected ray is going to go is decided by certain rules, and these rules are called as laws of reflection. Okay, and before studying the laws of reflection, we will study some definition related to reflection. Okay, so now I want all of you to take a pencil, a scale and a paper, and as I am talking, you are going to draw along with me, okay, on your notebook or a simple paper. Okay, so go and get the paper. So what we are going to do is, we are going to draw a line PQ as shown in the diagram, and PQ is going to show us the position of the mirror. Okay, so take a pencil, scale and draw a straight line named PQ, which is going to show us the position of the mirror. Then draw incident ray AO and reflected ray OB. Okay, so this PQ as it is, which is going to show us the position of the mirror. Then you are going to draw a straight line this way, slant, and you are going to name this as an incident ray or AO, and then another line this way, and you are going to name this as reflected ray OB. Then draw a perpendicular to the line showing the position of the mirror. Now where these two lines, that is AO and OB, are going to meet, that is at point of O, you are going to draw one straight line, and this line ON is called normal to the mirror. This is the normal. Okay, so as ON is perpendicular to PQ, this angle PON, that is this one, PON, and angle QON is equal to 90 degrees, because we know that perpendicular means angle 90 degrees. So you are showing the position of the mirror by drawing the line PQ. You are showing incident ray by drawing the ray AO. You are showing reflected ray OB, and also you are going to show the normal ON. Now, some terms related to reflection. The ray AO is called as incident ray. Okay, so as I told you, this is the ray AO, which is shown by red line, is called incident ray. The point O is the point of incidence. Ray OB is the reflected ray, which is shown by green color. Line ON is a normal. This is a normal that is shown to us by blue color. The angle AON, that is this angle, this is called as angle of incidence, and this is denoted by letter I. Okay, so this is the angle, the small, this is one, angle AON. This is called as angle of incidence, which is denoted by letter I. The angle BON, that is with the blue color and the green color, this is called angle of reflection, and angle of reflection is shown by the symbol or the letter R. Okay, so we have angle of incidence, that is shown by letter I, and we have angle of reflection, that is shown by letter R. Okay, now based on this, we have three laws of reflection which are very important. Okay, and what are the laws is, the first one, the angle of reflection is equal to the angle of incidence. Okay, so the angle of reflection, which is denoted by letter R, is equal to angle of incidence, which is denoted by the letter I. Okay, so both this angle, this small angle, that is angle I and angle R, are equal. The incident ray, the reflected ray and the normal lies in the same plane. So see, this is my incident ray, this is my reflected ray, and this is my normal. It lies in the same plane. Same plane means we can see that it is on the above or upside of the mirror. Okay, so this, if we consider this as one plane, it lies in the same plane. And the third one is, the incident ray and the reflected ray are on the opposite side of the normal. Okay, look at the incident ray. It is coming from this direction. Okay, and then the reflected ray is going in this direction. So this is one side of the normal, this is another side of the normal. Okay, so the incident ray and the reflected ray are on the opposite side of the normal. Okay, so very important, you are going to by heart these three rules. That is, the angle of reflection I is equal to angle of incidence, angle of reflection R is equal to angle of incidence I. The incident ray and the reflected ray, the normal lies in the same plane, and the incident ray and the reflected ray are on the opposite side of the normal. Now, to verify the law of reflection, we need certain equipments. We need a mirror, which is denoted by PQ. This small line indicates that it's a mirror. Okay, so this is a reflected surface and this is a coated surface or painted with some color. You all have seen a mirror. One side is shiny, one side is painted. So this line shows the painted line. Okay, then we need some board pins, we need a white paper, we need a protractor to measure the angle, scale to draw the lines, and pencil to draw. So the experiment or the activity is, we have to fit a white paper on the drawing board. Then on the paper, draw a line PQ indicating the position of the mirror. Draw a perpendicular ON to PQ at the point O. This ON is going to show you the normal. Now, with the help of a protractor, we are measuring here angle 30, and then we are going to draw a ray, incident ray AO, which is at 30 degrees. Then we are going to fix these two pins S and R here on this incident ray. Okay, then we will fix a mirror on the stand, and when we fix a mirror, okay, we can see the reflection of the pin, like how you saw in case of comb, you saw the reflection of the comb in the mirror. So same way you will be seeing the reflection of the pins, and then that is at the position U and T, and then you are going to draw one more line here that is going to represent the reflected ray. So this is my incident ray at 30 degrees and this is my reflected ray. Now if I measure this angle, okay, then I will find that angle, when I am taking this angle as 30, this angle is also 30. Okay, so when the incident ray is 30, the reflected ray is also 30. If I take 45, then the angle of reflection will also be 45. If I take 60, the angle of incidence, the angle of reflection will also be 60. Okay, so if we observe the values carefully, we will find that the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection, and that is what we have studied in the law of reflection. That is, the angle of incidence I is always equal to angle of reflection R. So this experiment verifies our law of reflection. Now we go to types of reflection. We have two types. The first is called as regular refraction. Okay, now this is a smooth surface. Okay, so you can see that what is happening in case of smooth surface is the reflection of a light from a plane and smooth surface is called regular reflection. So see here, the incident ray and the reflected ray, okay, they are parallel. Okay, and everywhere you will see that the angle of incidence is equal to angle of reflection. Okay, so for the regular reflection, the angle of incidence and the angle of reflection are parallel, and you can see very clearly from the image that they looks equal and they are parallel. Okay, so this angle of incidence and angle of reflections are equal, as you can see from the diagram. Now going to irregular, this is a rough surface. So you saw the previous diagram. Now see the next diagram. The blue color one incident ray and the red color one reflected ray. They are haywire. They are not equal. they are going here and there. So they are not equal. So therefore here the angle of incidence and angle of reflections are not equal. Okay, so the reflected ray are not parallel to each other and they spread over a large surface. Okay, so thus we see a regular refraction where the rays are incident ray and reflected ray and the angles are equal, and irregular reflection of light which is not